Hello and welcome to this week's Hearin New York History of Audio episode. The history of audio goes far back and encompasses so many things. It's rich with fascinating stories and information. Today, let's talk about someone who's more than likely more familiar to most of you. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Thomas Edison. In 1877, famous inventor Thomas Edison introduced the world to the first reliable version of the phonograph. As we learnt in last week's episode, Edison's phonograph wasn't the first device to play back recorded audio, but even still, up until that point, the only real option one had when it came to listening to audio content was to do so live. Edison's phonograph consisted of a diaphragm, a stylus, and a disc. To record sound, it converted acoustic energy to mechanical energy by using a microphone to emit sound waves that caused the diaphragm to vibrate. These vibrations were transferred to the stylus that used this information to trace the sound waves onto the rotating disc. To play back the sound, the opposite occurred. Mechanical energy was converted back to acoustic when the stylus is placed on the disc, following the grooves and vibrating in turn. It is said that the first song ever recorded by this phonograph by Edison was Mary Had a Little Lamb. And a year after its unveiling, Edison predicted that the phonograph would undoubtedly be liberally devoted to music. And he was right. Within just a couple of years of the invention, phonograph recordings could be found in machines on city streets and, for a small fee, inserted into a coin slot. Pedestrians were able to listen to recorded content. The machines were, in fact, so popular that one machine in Missouri allegedly raked in $100 in just a week. In 1887, the Edison Phonograph Company was formed with the goal of marketing Edison's invention. In 1888, he unveiled what he called the perfected phonograph, which used recordings on wax instead of tin foil cylinders. He then began marketing records of music and recitations, quickly gaining traction for his phonograph company. Although mostly successful, the Edison Phonograph Company did experience one significant bump in the road in 1890, when it marketed talking dolls with mini phonograph inside of them. These phonographs unfortunately were prone to malfunction, which put an end to the doll business pretty quickly. By the late 1890s, Edison's phonographs became more commonplace in the market as their price dropped significantly from just a few years before. The initial models were only able to hold about 2 minutes of audio, but this changed as the technology continued to evolve. In fact, Edison continued to make improvements to his phonograph for the next 50 years, devoting endless hours towards improving it and terming the invention his baby. We're here in New York.